Welcome back to the channel, guys. Today we're going to look at some Silent Hill. We're going to look at more than just 2 and 3 though. We're going to look at some PSP versions of it. I think we've got Origins and we've got Shattered Memories as well. I'm going to do basically up to the end of PS2, so that's Silent Hill 4. I haven't got any of the PS3 ones, and I haven't really tried out the PS3 emulator that much, so I'm not going to really delve into that at the moment. But if you want to see stuff like Downpour and Homecoming, let me know and I'll have a look on the PS3 emulator. But yeah, just for today's video, we're going to look at from the PS1 game all the way up to Silent Hill 4. Similar to my Metal Gear Solid video where I looked at all the Metal Gear Solids on the PS1 and PS2 and PSP, because there was Metal Gear Solids on the PSP. But they've been ported over to the PS2, the Silent Hill PSP games, so I might as well just play them all on the PS2 emulator. But yeah, without further ado, let's have a look at some Silent Hill on the PS1 first. Welcome back, guys. As you can see, Silent Hill we're looking at today. I'm going to do a similar video to the Metal Gear Solid video, so I'm just going to go through them in like pretty much order of as you see them here. Mainline series, and then I'm going to delve into some of the spin-offs here. This one's for PSP and this one's for PS2. I found that the PSP version of Shattered Memories has a weird bug with the torch, so I've not found a fix for it either. So it works great on the PS2 anyway, so it probably looks a lot better on the PS2 as well. That is also playable on the PS2, but I only have the PSP version, so I'm just going to use the PSP version for now. Anyway, without further ado, let's jump into Silent Hill 1. Easy as that, and it's using the DuckStation emulator, same as the Metal Gear Solid original game. Beautiful nostalgic sound. And as you can see, we're getting achievements on this game as well. Gotta love a bit of DuckStation and retro achievements. Amazing feature that you can get achievements in these older games. Kind of mentioned it before in the Metal Gear Solid one, but it just adds another level of like replayability to these games. Love it, love unlocking achievements. So yeah, any possible chance of me doing that is a good one. So obviously we all know Silent Hill has amazing music. I don't know if I could show any of it off without getting copyrighted. I'm really trying not to get copyright strikes on my channel, because I know YouTube's a bit brutal with it, but if I can get a chance to show off any of the music, I'll do like a little snippet of it and then turn the sound down or something. But yeah, as far as Silent Hill 1 goes, I haven't really given this one like a lot of my attention. My favourite game in the franchise is number 2. It's the only game I've properly fully finished. I'm halfway through the 3rd one at the minute, but yeah, never delved into the first one. I know he plays a guy called like Harry Mason, I think his name is, and he's looking for his daughter. I think Shattered Memories is kind of like a spin on the first game. Correct me if I'm wrong there, but yeah, from what I've read about online, the first one, the Shattered Memories, is kind of like a spin on the first game. So as you can see, we've got the classic PS1 looking graphics. I just absolutely love the atmosphere that Silent Hill gives off. I haven't ever experienced anything like it in a game before, and I know the limitations of the PS1 requires this fog to shorten the view distance, but it works extremely well for like creating such a creepy atmosphere. The second game does it perfectly as well. But yeah, we'll just play a couple of minutes of this first game, but you'll obviously be able to tell that the PS1 works without a hitch, and you get in the widescreen because DuckStation does a really good job of making games widescreen on PS1. We get these creepy like FMV PS1 cutscenes too.
Cheryl? Is that Cheryl?
But yeah, let me know, guys, which Silent Hill game do you like the most? I know the obvious answer is number 2, because that's kind of like the whole story is in one game, and the story is actually really good. It has a lot of twists in it. But yeah, I don't know, just which one do you like the most from like a music standpoint, like an atmosphere, to just like the story in general? For me, number 2 is unbeatable. The music alone in that is amazing. I mean, the Laura's theme of Laura, I think it's called, that I learned on guitar as soon as I heard it. Bro, that is a banging tune. Yeah, I'm pretty sure got to go down this way. You've got to deal with them tank controls, you know, classic PS1. Very Resident Evil-esque control scheme, but, you know, if you're used to playing stuff like that, it's not the end of the world. Apologies about the bells. I'm, as you can tell, I live near a church. Kind of get used to it over time, but yeah, I definitely can hear it in videos though. I really love this. Oh, that claustrophobic looking angle for the camera is so cool. It's like looking like eyes and like following you around. But yeah, this is Silent Hill 1 on PS1. As you can see, it works perfectly. 6 watt, you can 5 hours of battery life on 73%, which is a lot of battery life. You'll probably be able to finish the game in a battery in like from 100% easy. So there you go, guys. We'll check out number 2. So this is the director's cut of number 2. I'm not sure massively what that entails over the first one. Might be a few extra settings in the menu. I don't think it adds anything massive to the story, but it's just a preferred version to grab. You know, if you're grabbing one of the ROMs, just grab the director's cut. But I think it's because it has that sub-scenario in it as well. But yeah, I know what you're gonna say. If you're a real massive fan of Silent Hill 2, you know that there's an awesome PC version. And I don't think anyone's managed to get that running on the deck. I don't think it's possible to install that, the add-on to it at the minute. I don't think anyone's found a way of doing that yet. Basically, if you have the PC version, there's a really awesome mod which pretty much makes it the best version of Silent Hill 2. It adds all the fog, got a lot of fixes for the bugs and stuff, adds like full control schemes to it. That is the best version of playing Silent Hill 2. And I've shown that on my Eye and Ear before on a previous video in the channel, but as far as this one goes on the Steam Deck, I haven't been able to get that running. I don't think anyone's been able to get that running, correct me if I'm wrong, but as for now, I think the PS2 version, running it like 2 times native is probably the best way you're going to be able to play this game. On Linux anyway. If you've got Windows, that's a different matter entirely. You can install it straight away. But yeah, I have no issues running this one. I've got widescreen hacks enabled as well, so you're getting the nice 16:9 display fully utilised. Love the PS2 version though, because it just has that really nice old look to it. You know, it looks like a creepy old movie from the early 2000s. Soundtrack's absolutely phenomenal in this. If you're a fan of like really abstract, creepy, just like desolate music, it's hard to describe, but if you listen to the soundtrack, you'll get an idea. And if you're new to Silent Hill 2, or Silent Hill in general, you'll know that the acting isn't amazing, but I disagree with you. I think it's amazing in the sense that it's Japanese to English. It's really over the top. Some characters are like extremely over the top, but they all represent something within the game, and they all have their own unique. They're all unique, you know. They can come across as cheesy, extremely cheesy, but to me, it just encompasses the game itself. That is just how it is. And yeah, it is like an early Japanese. It's from a Japanese company, right? So I mean, it's got that feeling to it. It's got a very weird feeling to it though. You'll know if you've played it before, but it's just very like empty. Hard to describe it, but it is an amazing game. Got a very deep storyline to it as well. And this is where Pyramid Head is a pivotal figure in this game. And there's a lot of arguments to say why they brought Pyramid Head over into the newer games, and to be fair, that is true, because Pyramid Head represents something in this game, and this game only. He doesn't need to be in the other games because it kind of defeats the point of his character in here. So for him to be turned into like a mascot for Silent Hill is a bit shitty really, because he's very specific to this story. But yeah, I'm not just like rambling about Silent Hill 2. I only finished it like last, I think I finished it last January. I finished it for the first time. It's been a game on my bucket list to play for a long time, but yeah, I whipped my PS2 out last year. I sadly didn't have a Steam Deck, obviously. Managed to get through it in a couple of days. Kind of speed ran through it, but you know, I enjoyed every minute of it. It just has that weird like it's a weird game, a very weird game, but has such a unique atmosphere to it that you just need to give it a go. I mean, as you can see, frame time graph is jittering about all over the place, but to me, because of how it is with the static camera angles and the tanky controls, it doesn't really feel like it's stuttering at all. And like I mentioned in my last video, you can do save states, so you can map. You can quickly just go into here and map your back buttons as F1 and F2, F3 even. And that'll enable you to just quickly save a quick state, and then you can just load straight back to it. So, I mean, just press the back button again, load back to it. And that works when you quit the game as well, so you can just continuously load back in. It kind of makes the game easier, I agree, but these older PS2 games take a long time to actually load in, so it's quite nice just to be able to load state. But yeah, as you can see, Silent Hill 2 has that amazing fog effect, which is obviously to mask the fact that the PS2's hardware isn't like as good to be able to show a lot of the town off, but if anything, it adds just to the game's atmosphere. You don't need to be able to see past your own. Really, it's like a few foot in front of you, isn't it, really, the view distance, but it works, because especially when you start fighting monsters, they appear like you only have a few seconds to react to them, because they're in your face, straight out of the fog. And you can only save by interacting with these red sections in the game. So kind of why save stating is quite a nice idea too. But if you don't want to make the game too easy, then I agree with that. Fair enough. You can just use the regular saving. But yeah, that's Silent Hill 2, guys. 100% recommend this game. It's one of the best on the PS2 for a reason. But yeah, let's go on to number 3. So I actually showed Silent Hill 3 off in a video not long ago, a couple of weeks ago I think. And yeah, so you already know it runs great, but I'm just going to continue on from where I basically was in the last video that I did on it. Like I say, I'm halfway through Silent Hill 3 on my original PS2. As you saw at the start of the video, I actually own both the games. Trying to get a bit of Silent Hill collection going, because I know I'm new to the franchise, but it is very, very good in the horror survival aspects of stuff, and I'm a big horror fan. But I do know like the newer games aren't amazing. It's a shame nothing came of PT. I don't know if Konami are doing something behind the scenes. I've heard some rumors recently that they've got a team like redoing some games and redoing Silent Hill 2. I heard some Bloober team are redoing Silent Hill 2. I'm not sure it really needs remaking again, to be fair. Last time it was remade, it was absolutely shit on. That PS3 HD remake was yeah, not the best HD remake. So we'll have to see what comes of that. If they're doing a full-on remake, then that'll be interesting. But again, I don't know, it will feel as good as the PS2 version, because it just has that feeling to it, you know, the PS2 era of classic-looking horror games. It just owns that. We'll have to see. Hopefully they might do something with PT eventually, or whatever PT was going to. Silent Hills, I think it was called. But yeah, until then, we'll just have to keep playing these older ones. You have to admit the creatures in these Silent Hill games are absolutely disgusting. Like, what the fuck is that even supposed to be? I know they're normally based on something that the main character's going through, so... Also, correct me if I'm wrong, but the first game and the third game kind of link together, whereas the second game's more of a standalone story, because I think this is the daughter that you're looking for in the first game. I think this is Cheryl, isn't it? And you're looking for her in the first game, but yeah, interesting continuation. I guess I need to play Silent Hill 1 first, really, to appreciate the backstory behind this, but I'll try and skip some cutscenes. We'll try and actually get into some gameplay. But yeah, as you can see, it is the classic tank controls, Resident Evil-esque, Silent Hill-esque. But yeah, the graphics look amazing. I know I'm running at like higher resolution, but I don't know. They just look really nice, so I don't really see the point of playing the HD version when you can just do this with the originals. Games run really well too, as you can see. I'm not getting any hitches here. I'm at 50 FPS. I'm playing all on PAL, by the way. I always say that PAL, I seem to just get a... like, it's probably the best way to play these PS2 games for me anyway. Get it locked at 50 Hz. Oh shit, we got like a demon dog going on here. Let me just remember how to actually attack. I think I'm out of ammo, aren't I? Shit. Well, when in doubt, sprint. This game proper throws you into the midst without really explaining a lot to you, so kind of have to have like your wits about you. Yeah, I don't know if I'm supposed to be going back this way, but we'll find out. I don't know if in Silent Hill you have to do a lot of backtracking on yourself. Yeah, no, this door's locked, so kind of didn't even need to come this way. But yeah, Silent Hill 3, as you can see, works perfectly. And if you want the whole Silent Hill collection on your Steam Deck, as you can see, so far, so good. So, as you can see now, we're looking at Silent Hill 4 The Room. This game is completely new to me. Never played this one. I know a couple of things about it. I know that it's in like first person. I know that it's all set in one room. I'm pretty sure. I'm not 100% on that one though, so... yeah, I know that it's first person though, and it's a lot different to the normal Silent Hill games. I'm not sure who the character is you play as, or what the story is about, but yeah, it's like first person. So, and it's about one room. It kind of gives me like 1408 vibes. I don't know if you've seen the film or read the short story by Stephen King, but maybe I'm completely wrong, but it's just because of this one room being like haunted and stuff, or he's experiencing the Silent Hill treatment in this room. Kind of gives me that 1408 vibe, which is awesome, by the way, because 1408 is a great short story by Stephen King and a good film. I enjoy that horror film. It's got John Cusack in it, Samuel L. Jackson. It's a good horror film. A little bit cheesy, you know, but it's got them jump scares in it. But it's got a good story, obviously, because it's on based on Stephen King. I'm a big Stephen King guy. But yeah, this Silent Hill 4. It seems pretty scary. I mean, when you make things like first person, it kind of ramps up the scare factor for me, because it makes you feel like you're in the room itself, and especially when your FOV's this narrow and you're turning slowly, and something could just be right there. Yeah, it definitely makes me cringe a little bit. But yeah, this is interesting. Definitely be one I move on to after number 3. Let me know what your thoughts are if you've played number 4, if it's on the same level as 3 and 2, or if it just feels extremely weirdly different. But yeah, that is really creepy. There's a face built into the wall. Yeah, I didn't like the part in Silent Hill 2 when you had to like explore the creepy apartments. Some really weird stuff going on in these apartments, so I guess by redoing these, staying in one apartment first person for the whole game, that is going to be extremely weird. But yeah, as you can see, I keep forgetting to mention how well it runs, but you can see here it's running at 8 watts, so it's definitely not a difficult game to run on PS2. You're looking at about 3 hours 40 on 70%, so... Is that a guy coming out of the wall? Bro, what the hell? We're getting some ring... Well, I don't know. This one's creeping me out, guys. I don't know about this one. Yeah, they seem to have, like, gone a bit crazy with the horror elements in this one. Interesting. I don't think I'll be playing this one with headphones in. That's got me intrigued now. That was just like the prequel, the pre-intro. Just skip that little opening cutscene. And yeah, I guess it's based in this one room and you're playing as this guy and it unfolds from there, but graphics again look really good for the time period. I love the models and stuff that they use in Silent Hill. They're not really madly realistic, obviously, because of the hardware limitation, but they all look good, you know? They all have that sharp look to them. But yeah, I guess we're exploring his apartment. Really cool, actually. Kind of like point and clicky kind of style to it. But yeah, guys. Silent Hill the room. Works great. Looks scary as shit, so won't be playing this one at night time in bed. Probably leave this one for me to play during the day. But yeah, as you can see, looks really good and works great. And we're back, guys. We're on PPSSPP now, looking at Silent Hill Origins. I'm not 100% sure, but with the name Origins in the title, it kind of is giving me like a prequel kind of atmosphere to it. So I don't know if it's a prequel to Silent Hill 1 or just how Silent Hill came about in the first place. Again, educate me in the comments. But yeah, I had to up this one to 60 FPS because the PPSSPP emulator is always in 60 Hz. But as you can see, I did show off this in the PSP emulation video for about a minute, and it works great. I mean, it's the PPSSPP emulator, so you expect most of them games to work pretty perfectly. This one does have a PS2 version, but like I said at the start, I don't have that one currently on my deck. And you know, the PSP emulating one looks good as well. I mean, I'm running it 3 times native. I'll have to look at some comparisons between the two versions. Maybe the PS2 one looks madly better. But welcome to Silent Hill.
Not fog. It's smoke.
Skip some of these cutscenes. I know I'm like missing out on key elements of the story, but it's more interested in showing you some of the gameplay. As you can see, we're trying. I think we're trying to save that girl from the burning house. Works great, by the way. Runs at it runs at a low wattage. See, we're like peaking at about 8 watts here. 3 hours and 40 minutes even. There's some weird ritual stuff going on the floor. Wow, charred corpse of a child. That's interesting. Yeah. Again, let me know in the comments if you guys love Silent Hill. I want to know what your thoughts are on the series. Which one's your favourite? I just love discussing things with you in the comments. Let me know if you like the idea of me making a Discord server. I've never really looked in. I do use Discord as like a communication thing for like gaming with friends, but if you want me to create like just a community Discord that we can all use to chat about the Steam Deck and just general things that we're doing, let me know. I mean, obviously I try and post every day, but it's not the same as being able to be able to get in quick contact with each other on Discord. It's always a potential thing to do. Let me know in the comments. I do really like the community we've started to create on this channel. It's amazing. I do love talking to other people with Steam Decks. Surprisingly, I only know one person. One of my friends he actually has a Steam Deck. I only know one person who has a Steam Deck, except you guys. So it's always nice to talk about people and what people are playing. and just get an idea of like different things to play on the deck. But yeah, if you wanna see something like that in the future, definitely let me know. It's easy enough to set up. But yeah, as you can see, Silent Hill Origins looks very interesting. Definitely disturbing looking game for sure. Standard Silent Hill stuff that. But yeah, as you can see, works great. This is on the PPSSPP emulator. And yeah, let's go into the last game of the video, which is going to be Shattered Memories. And we're playing Silent Hill Shattered Memories now. I've just realised in recording this, I had it set to 30 FPS on my camera, so just as a pre-warning, some of the games may not look as smooth as they should do. I mean, they should look great anyway, but I'm just saying, prefacing that I've been recording in 30 FPS up until this last clip here. But yeah, it doesn't make a massive difference. But these games all, it says they run at 50 FPS here, but I'm pretty sure some of them run at like different frame rates, a lot depending on the hardware and stuff back on the PS2. But yeah, as far as Shattered Memories goes, it opens up with this weird guy, and he's kind of like profiling you, and he makes you input some like personal information, and apparently like it changes some gameplay elements, and it's kind of like psychic thing, and he's like, apparently he can like read you throughout the game, and it changes some of the stuff. But yeah, it's interesting.
This will be different. We take this at your pace.
Interesting concept.
No drugs. No theories. We go back to the start.
But as you can see, this one's running at a little bit of a higher TDP here at 11.6 watt.
Take a look at this short form. I promise it's the only one you'll see during your therapy.
This one has a different control scheme too. This one has more of like an over-the-shoulder kind of like camera look, and you've got like a torch. Let's just... Kind of reminds me of like Until Dawn and some of them games. You know, when you have the guy who's like telling the story, and he's splitting it up into chapters, and then you go back into the game. Kind of gives me that kind of vibe. Maybe Until Dawn and that if maybe got a bit of inspiration from Shattered Memories. Who knows?
Cheryl? Sweetie?
But yeah, as you can see, Cheryl, like I said earlier, it's kind of like I don't know if it's kind of like a recreation of the first game, or just like a different way of telling the same story. But yeah, on the PPSSPP emulator, I was having a weird problem with the torch. It just wasn't displaying properly. It wasn't actually acting like a torch normally should act. So got it on the PS2, and it seems to play really well on the PS2. Higher wattage than the other games, but not by much. You're still getting about 2.5 hours, 2 hours 40 battery life on that. Definitely feels more like a survival horror game though. You've got like a tighter camera to the character. Your main focus is like the torch. And you're opening... the door opening mechanic is weird. It's like you open it and peek in, and then like you can decide whether or not to go into the room. I don't know if it's anything creepy in there, you don't want to go in. But it's definitely got more of like a horror element to the camera angle on this one. I think there was also a Wii version as well, but probably say the PS2 version is definitely better to play on the Steam Deck. I mean, you've got the controls are correctly mapped. Interesting little mechanics there to open locked doors and stuff. And then, yeah, I was going to say, a tiny bit of challenging graphical part here. Just stuttered for a little bit, depending on where I'm looking, but still feels great to play. It's obviously because of like the snow and the render distance is cranked up a little bit. Definitely got that really creepy atmosphere there. The music's very eerie. Jumped up to 17 watt as well. Fans have started to kick in a tiny bit, but I'm sure it'll go back down once we get back inside. Yeah, it's jumping back down again. It's just the outside section must kick it up a bit. But yeah, very creepy looking game. There you go guys, all Silent Hills up until Shattered Memories, obviously not including the PS3 games, but PS1, PSP and PS2. Hope you enjoyed it. Let me know if you want to see another series on here. I've covered some classics now. I've got the Metal Gear Solid series down, the Silent Hill series and GTA. These are all running widescreen hacks, by the way, so if you want to know how to use widescreen hacks or how to enable them, let me know. I'll make like a tiny little short video in the next video, you know, showing how to do that. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed, and I'll speak to you guys soon.